Let's start with the machine learning project. Machine learning is basically taking a bunch of data, feeding it into a computer, and letting it learn from the patterns to get an output. So what we're going to do with our Canner today is give it a bunch of data that we've taken from 10,000 pieces of art that users have made and use that to make our own brand new art. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your computer and put it into classic mode. Once you're in classic mode, you're going to go to Apps and find the terminal. Terminal will be under the Code tab. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll find it. Open it and you're ready to go. So for anyone who hasn't used Terminal before, it's basically the command center of your computer. This project has 3 steps. The first 2 steps are basically really simple downloads. So you're going to be required to type in a couple of installs, press enter, and then just let your computer do its thing. Once your username starts flashing on the screen, you'll know you're ready to go. The first install you'll do is cloning a file from GitHub. And that's going to go fetch the program that your computer will use to read the data you're going to give it. The second step will be installing the supporting files and also the data itself. That'll take about an hour, but only, say, 10 minutes of your time. Just leave your computer to do its thing. Once you get to the specific install instruction, ./getbrain, that's where it actually gets really interesting. So getbrain is fetching all of the data from those 10,000 pieces of make art. Make art is written by users in code, and the computer is going to use the program you've just installed to read that code and find patterns in it. So once you've pressed that and everything is ready to go, let's start. So you're going to type in cd to meter / and press enter. After that, you're going to type in quite a long command, but each part of it is supported in the documents that you have with explanations of what every single part of it also does. So to start off, let's have a look. When you see the CV to meter deep ASCII, that's referring to the program that your computer is going to use to read the data. The -DPU ID is referring to the processor that it will be using. When it says length 1000, that's how many characters of code your computer is going to output. Prime text background means that your computer knows that whatever patterns it's recognized, it needs to start with background. And finally, seed 1000. This is the number that you're going to play with. Computers don't actually know what a random number is. Most of the time, if you ask a computer for a random number, it'll pick it up from its computer clock. But to give a bit more control and to make sure that we can really reinforce understanding what machine learning is, we've decided that this should be under your control. So when you put in 1000, that means it's the number that your computer is going to use to run the code. So once you've typed this in, press enter. Your computer will take a second while it's processing the code and will be able to output what you need it to. While this is happening, why don't you go ahead and click back into your classic mode and open the Make Art program. Make Art is a program that allows users to make art by writing code. And it's going to be the program that converts your machine learning data into actual art. We found a really awesome experience to be able to play with the software and technology and then see it come to life before your eyes. It's a really great learning experience. So once the program has started, all you're going to need to do is open up the Playground tab at the top. Great. So now, if you go down to your taskbar and click back onto your terminal, you'll see that your computer's output code. Very simply, tap in with your keyboard, push the left click button, and highlight the code. Drag it up all the way until you see background dark blue, and that was your prime text. Right click and copy the code. Click back into Make Art, and once you're in the playground, Press Ctrl V on your keyboard, wait a second, and there we go, there's your art. You've been able to control the code that's output by your machine learning program by using the seed 1000 number, so your art should look quite a lot like this. Let's go back into Terminal and change it. Scroll down to the bottom of your Terminal tab and press the up arrow once. You'll see the command appears again. Simply backspace and type in 12 where 1000 was and press enter. Now we know that 12 is actually code that is returned with some errors in MakeArt. So we're going to quickly take you through a step-by-step process of troubleshooting those errors, so no matter what code you get back, you'll know how to fix it. So your computer's finished outputting that second line of code. Let's select it again by clicking in it, holding down the left click button, and dragging it all the way up to the top, where it says background green. Because you didn't change your prime text word, it will start with background again. So, right click, copy the code, move back into MakeArt, delete the code, and then again, Ctrl V. Whoops! Syntax error on line 7. Anytime that you're working in MakeArt and you get a problem like this, it's really easy to fix. Just find the line number and either change and fix the code if you understand it, and if not, just delete it. So we're going to go to line 7, right at the top, and we're going to highlight it and delete it. Now you see it says syntax error on line 35. You'll be guided step by step through every line that has a code error in it. Let's find line 35. I know how to fix this, so I'm going to. Whoops, there's another error on line 50. So if you have a look here, it says can't find variable middle thickness. All you need to do is have a look through the code, find the middle thickness, and delete the code block it's in. There we go, you've fixed the code. This will work anytime you play with this program, anytime you play with MakeArt. As you can see, there are lots of different things that could be going on in here. I know what different MakeArt pictures have looked like, and there are 5 or 6 different Halloween options that the computer has picked up on. So now if you go back to Terminal, it's really simple. Drag it down to the bottom, press the up arrow, delete the seed and type in any number you want. It's that easy. You can use this anytime you want to. All you need to do when you go back into Terminal, regardless of how long it's been since you've played, type in cd to meter, press enter, type in the long command, and there we go. You'll be able to make art using machine learning.